Hey, how y'all doing? Sometimes life get the best of us all, right? Sometimes life get the best of us. And we just need to find ways to overcome it and find ways to become better. You know what I'm saying? That what we're dealing with in our life, pull back and relax sometimes. Because if you look at what's going on in the world today, there's a lot of stress going on out here. People are dealing with a lot of things. We're dealing with COVID, we're dealing with vaccinations, we're dealing with all kinds of things. We're dealing with family members passing, we're dealing with children now getting it, trying to make the best choice and the best decision in life. You know, Even with all this going on, we just want to be stress free. A lot of people want to get back to normal. We trying to find ways to cope with what's going on, with the new way that things are going in life. We're trying to find ways to cope with that, right? And that's normal. And with that being said, we get stressed out. You look at working, people trying to work. When the kids wasn't in school, when the kids were staying home, parents still trying to work, trying to find ways to make sure that everything stays functional and all of that. And it can take a toll on you. It can get you down and out. With all of that stuff can get you down and out. And I totally understand it. Sometimes you gotta slow down a little bit and get a grasp on things. Because we're moving fast already today. With all of this is going on now, even though things were shut down for a while, they starting to reopen again. Everything's kind of getting back to normal, but we're still dealing with the pandemic. We're still dealing with things that's not gone yet. We're still dealing with that stuff. So it can get stressful because, things that seem uncertain. We got to make choices and decisions that we never had to make before, right? We're making choices and decisions on levels that we didn't have to make before. And they're very, very serious stuff, right? And it's understandable. Everybody is going through the same things. We're all in this together. So we all got to work together to make it better. We can't hate one person for doing this or hate one person for doing that. We just got to remember that everybody's trying to get through this together, and it's very trying, very trying. But I would say, one of the things you can do, if you're at your job and you start feeling like things are getting the best of you, you're starting to get stressed out, it's getting to you. Step away. Whatever you're doing, stop for a second. Step over there for a second. Take a couple of deep breaths. Remember that this stuff is temporary. It's temporary. It's not gonna last forever. It's just something you're going through at the moment. Deal with that situation on your job. It's overwhelming, but step away. Once you step away, you're going to get your mind together, rethink the situation, analyze what you're doing. Remember, it's not that serious. It's going to be okay. I can handle this. Breathe. I can handle this. I can do this. Then you go back to it again and you accomplish it. But you got to take your time. And remember, you can't eat an elephant in one bite. You have to eat an elephant piece by piece, right? That's just something I use to say something else. So when your workload gets heavy at work, you can't just do it all at one time. You got to do it piece by piece. Even though the people above you may be pressuring you and maybe saying, "Hey, I need this right now. I need this right now." That's understandable, but you can only do it so much at a time because they got somebody pressuring them. That's just the way it is. But you got to remember, keep everything in perspective. What can you really do? How fast can you really go? If you can get it all done, fine. But if you can't, you got to slow down, take your time, do it step by step, and you'll get there. If once you're done with work and just looking at the news and, you see all these things that's going on every day, you keep hearing about people passing, you keep hearing about all of the stuff that's going on out here in the world right now. Sometimes you got to take a break from that. Sometimes if you a news watcher and you watching the news or you watching social media, Facebook, and you keep seeing all this stuff, sometimes you gotta step away from it. Sometimes you gotta back away and say, "Hey, look, you know what? I need to take a chill. I ain't for this whole next 2 weeks. I'm not watching the news. I'm not gonna watch the news because even though the news provides you information, but a lot of stuff you see on the news is a lot of stuff you see on the news it's negative information, right? It's stuff that'll bring you down or make your blood pressure go up. You don't really pay attention to it because you're so accustomed to watching it. But if you start watching the news for like 2 weeks, you watch how much better you start to feel. I mean, I'm not saying permanently stop watching the news if you like to watch it, but sometimes you gotta take a break from things. You know, no matter what it is, you gotta take a break from things every now and then. You know, that's just healthy, right? Take a break from the news. Take a break from social media. Just take a break. Take like 2 weeks off and watch how good you start feeling when you detach. And you don't feel the urge to go back to it. Every morning you want to check your phone. Every morning you want to do this. All these things, you know, you're dealing with your job. You're dealing with social media. You're dealing with the news. You're watching all this. You're taking all this in. It can get you down. So you have to find time to break away from that stuff. You got to find that time. And then, you know, you have, when you're at home and, you know, sometimes you need to just relax, you know, get away from everything. And another thing that can help you is this right here. Listen. You hear that? It's relaxing music. And sometimes we all need that relaxing music because that music helps us calm down and it helps us see things and helps us relax. You don't have to play it out loud. Put it inside of some headphones and just focus in. Just calm yourself down and remember that all the stuff you're going through will pass. You don't have to continue to sit there and dwell on it. It will pass, you know. And another thing you can do is you can go out to the park, to your local park. Just go to your local park and just sit out there and listen to the nature, listen to the birds, listen to, you know, what's going on out there in nature. You know, just relax yourself and get away from everything. And you might just have to sit there for a second while you're playing your relaxing music and just walk around. If they have an area that you can walk around, they may have a pond out there. They may have some animals like ducks out there, stuff like that. Just walk around and enjoy that stuff. And just forget about all the stuff you was just doing and go out there and enjoy that stuff, you know. Sometimes it's necessary to just get out and just enjoy things and just forget about what you was just dealing with. You know, that's necessary sometimes because there's a lot going on, as I said before. You have to break away every now and then so you can regather yourself, because sometimes we get lost in everything that we're dealing with and we forget that we are important too, because sometimes we take care of everybody else. We're doing this for this person, we're doing that. We're running here, we're running there, we're running all over the place. And sometimes we need to just slow down and think about yourself. You cannot be good to anyone if you're not good to yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't help no one else. You got to help yourself first. Then you can start helping other people when you are up to what you're supposed to be. But the more you neglect yourself, you're going to eventually not be able to help anyone because you're going to go down. So you got to keep yourself up. And the way you're going to do that is take some time for self. Take a time to get self in order. And then you'll be a better benefit to others that you want to help. But you can't do it unless you take care of yourself first, because you won't last long. You'll get burnt out eventually. So if life is getting you down, those are some things you can do to help yourself. I'm not saying that is the guaranteed way, but that is a way. That is some of the ways that you can do, that you can help yourself with. It is some ways. I'm not saying that I know everything, because I don't. You can teach me something as well. I can learn from anybody, and I'm willing to learn. I like to learn any ways to help myself. And I just try to provide this. Maybe it can help somebody else. Maybe it can help you. And I hope it can. I hope it can at least do something for you. Maybe it ain't to fix it, but hopefully it can give you something until you get the permanent fix. But for now, I just wanted to provide that for you and share that with you. And I appreciate I appreciate you for watching my video, and I hope you like the video. Please click on the like, subscribe to my channel, and please share the video with somebody else. It may help them too. But hey, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Until next time, take care of yourself. My life as a motherless son.